This is Jamie Foxx, a movie actor, sometimes a comedian, and you must have sometimes also seen him in some musical video. He is a person that might come to your mind when you think about a perfect personality.
Hello, Jamie.
Can I say congratulations?
You can.
Oh, but as comedians, that just, I had tears.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm a thug, so.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
That's my opinion. But you don't have to be a multi-talented performer to have a great personality. Nor do you have to be an extrovert. We all have been there. Sometimes when we have thought that, should I change my personality? Will it give me something more? You just have to figure out what I discovered during my degree in my communication class. Yes, that was the day when I was taught about the best way to communicate. In that class where our professor showed us that there's always a sender and there's always a receiver. And there is always a medium in between them which connects them both. I knew somewhere that I was lacking that. That got me curious. We had been given assignments to go and complete and get what we can get most out of it. I went and did my research and found out that the medium that I was lacking was because I was not able to express myself well. So I was pretty much excited and went on with my research and found out what was the most important thing that I need to combine with my communication skills to get that perfect personality. I was pretty much excited because in few days we had our interviews and I knew I was not good at interviews. I had never given interviews in my life. This was the first time that I was ever gonna give an interview, and I knew that I was not confident because I was lacking something in my communication. So finally, I did my research. I tried to get everything right, and the day finally came. I gave my interview and I failed. I failed and I tried. The second time I failed. I tried the third time I failed, and also the fourth time I failed. I went rushing to my professor the day I failed for the fourth time. I went and told to her that you taught us communication and I did all my research and still there is something lacking in me. She laughed at me and said, what you did in your research was correct. What I taught you was correct. Can you show me how you gave your interview? So I gave my interview to her in a practical. She saw the point, what I was lacking. Have a seat, I will tell you what you lack. My professor told me the real problem is the way I talk. She is like, you are saying everything out of your heart, but the way you are talking is wrong. It's like it has been scripted and you're talking like a robot. That filled my heart in sorrow and I left. Because growing up as a kid, I was not interested in much of things. I used to play sports, I used to play video games, I used to read sometimes, but it was just as a hobby. I liked being like a ghost. I just wanted everyone to see me as if I was not there. And I liked it that way. But me failing in those interviews showed me what I lacked and what I'm gonna be if I don't do something about it. My lack of personality can be my doom for my future years. By not being able to arouse people with my words, with my actions, could limit my opportunities that I have in the future. Over the years, I've really thought about what my personality means. And it has got me these two things. But before that, ask yourself, what does personality truly mean to you? And what kind of personality would you like to have? You can send it in the comment section. From my point of view, there are two forms that you need to adapt so that you can improve your personality in a great way. Number one is storytelling. Number 2, develop a passion for yourself. Taking these 2 points into consideration and combining them will give you a better personality. This is why I said before, you don't need to be an extrovert. Let's come to the first one. When you tell a story, you're captivating a person's imagination instead of just spitting out facts. That's why storytelling is more effective for a person to understand. I believe it's the most effective way of communication and a skill that you should always have. It is something that gives you context, tension, and reliability. Watch the best speakers who are comedians, who are able to storytell in such a way that they capture your thoughts and tell that story in such a way. Look at their body languages, how they speak, the way they break down their context, the exaggeration of a fictional character. There was a young man who was just sitting and watching series and scrolling through his phone all day. It's all because this young man went to a party where his friends told him that everyone should be saying something that they are very embarrassed about, that they have faced in their life. There was one embarrassing moment that he had. One day, out of his hostel, he jumped over the boundaries with his friends and went to a fun fair. When they came back, they were all drunk and they were all caught. After they were caught, some of the friends and him, they couldn't control the alcohol they had and they vomited. That was one of the most embarrassing moments he had. He just stood still like a wall and left. He came back and started watching Akash's video. Akash shows that how to develop your personality. He saw that the main attributes that Akash was talking about, he had missing. He had everything in his mind to say, but he was not able to speak it in his words. He wasn't able to speak in a storytelling manner. So he got up and followed what Akash told him. He went and looked at all the comedians and great speakers that speak on a platform and saw what Akash was talking about. He saw how they made a fictional story out of something just that was an imagination, something out of thin air. They captivated the people who were talking with them. He was also told to write 200 words of any incident that happened in his day, even if it was a dog peeing on a pole, but write it in a storytelling manner. He told him to read communicative books and self-improvement books so that he can know the flow of storytelling and improve his vocabulary. And he told him to practice in front of a mirror or a group of common friends who he was very close to, so that he can flex those muscles of storytelling, like the way Akash did before his interviews. The young man decided to apply all these advices and not like other people who just watch self-improvement videos. He tried to read, he tried to express himself in front of the mirror. At first, for the young man, it was frustrating. It was also awkward for him because it was his first time doing all this. But he remembered what Akash said. He said that it will be frustrating, but with effort and time, he will be able to perfect it. After several weeks, he got to know that his friends are again going for a party in which he had the perfect opportunity to talk about his embarrassing moment. The young man decided to go to the party. He thought it was finally time to try it out what he has been practicing for several weeks. It was okay if he failed because Akash told him if he had failed, it's a good thing because at least he will learn from it. Before he entered the party, his hands were sweating, his feet were cold, and his head felt warm because he was nervous about it. But anyways, he went for it. He expressed himself as best as possible, told everyone the story, and he also made it more funnier than it usually was because he knew how to tell a story. As he spoke, everyone was looking at him like they were gazing upon the stars and a comet was passing through. See what I did there? So if you are the young man of your story and you're not able to do all this and want to develop your personality better, follow this, go rewind the video.
So to make yourself more interesting, you should focus on the second point, developing a passion for yourself.
Developing your passion for yourself. For me, before, reading books, playing football was just a hobby. I could have turned it into a passion, but I didn't find any passion in it. It can be difficult for some people to find their passion because maybe you're too young, because you are going to school and you don't get enough free time to discover yourself. You're busy in your homework, your research, your projects and your presentation. You barely get time to discover yourself. Or maybe your brain is not yet that much mature that you would want to get a passion for yourself. Some people say that you gotta find your passion. I say you don't have to find your passion. You have to make your passion. For a time being, I wanted to become the best chef in the hotel that I worked in. But soon I realized that was just an interest or a hobby that I couldn't do lifelong. Find something that you can turn into passion. It's something that you can do lifelong without getting frustrated or tired of it, which will keep you motivated and you will learn from it and you will accomplish much more. If you're passionate about it, you have to give all your efforts and all your time into it. That's when you'll have better knowledge about it and you'll start getting curious and try to perfect it. You can start with doing something that you're remotely interested in. Then you can see if you can keep on going with your interest and turn it into a passion. You might fail at it, but it's okay. Start again. For me, failure is success. If you do not fail, you'll not succeed. Start doing it long enough so that you can speak to someone about it with so much excitement and curiosity that you will not get tired of it. That's when you realize you will see something peculiar happening to it because you have got that confidence, that excitement to tell someone about your passion. And when you see progress, that's when you know that you have found your passion. When you find your passion and when you see other people talking about their passion, it will suddenly connect you. Because they are talking about something they are interested and you are talking about something that you are interested. It will connect you both and you will understand each other better. That's where the communication happens, when you express yourself properly. If you have any problem with expressing yourself, you can go check out my video on how to express yourself. It is very crucial to understand that some people will always be better at communicating and expressing themselves. That shouldn't pull you down. The important thing is that you have tried to communicate and express yourself well. Your surrounding affects you the most. Try surrounding yourself with people who communicate well, who bring the best out of you. When you're passionate about something, but still you can't find a way to tell others how passionate you are, go watch my video on how to express yourself. You'll find it useful. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, like and share. I'll see you in the next video.